When you play Terraria, you probably get a single armor set per progression stage or for the boss you're fighting. But I guarantee none of you sick freaks have ever thought, I need all of them. Ooh, who's excited to farm for all? I will get all. A 0.3% drop for all. I hope you love building farms for all. Who doesn't love fishing for 30 hours? Don't worry, I didn't forget about everyone's favorite part of Terraria. Who could forget event armors? Okay, so let's speedrun. The rules. I'm playing in a large world on Master Mode because suffering is content. To make things a little more interesting, I'm going to limit myself to the gear I can get at each arbitrary progression stage I set up, meaning I can only use the tools available at each stage, and I have to collect every armor set before each stage is finished.
Light work.
No reaction.
I'll spare you the basic Terraria slop that pretty much everyone does in the first couple hours of playing, but to summarize, we got basic gear, made basic housing, mined basic ores.
We don't care.
In a 2-hour time frame, we managed to get 3 pieces of wooden armor down, 299 to go. But that number is big, ugly, and scary. Just like... Anyway, let's shrink it down to pre-hard mode size for now. On our ore collecting journey, after getting boned in a dark cave, we get to work on the very first iteration of our display area for all our armor sets, showing off our expensive wooden armor set. Now for the record, you may see me with little bits and pieces of sets here and there, but I'm only going to bring them up when we fully complete them. After constructing premium housing I can and will charge exorbitant amounts of money for, it's time to face our first real hurdle. The guide!
Nick, in this world, you will never complete your challenge. There is only one type of ore per world, rendering it useless to go any further.
No, it can't be. I can't stop here. This is my only content idea for the whole year until I upload again.
Damn.
I need a savior. Wait, I can feel it. The truth supernova. With the Shimmer, I can break down platinum into gold and even further for the rest of the ore. Now, all I need to do is find myself a vein of platinum. There is gold in my world. This is one of 2 coin flips I lost that cost me over 30 hours of my life. Well, what'll we do then? World hop? Take the easy way out? No. My mom ain't raised no bitch. We're doing this on one world, no cheating things in, no nothing. It seems the King Slime has arrived during my deliberation. I'm well overprepared in gear. Let's take him down and score ourselves some ninja armor. I've been playing this game for over 10 years.
This thing is trash!
You fool! You absolute buffoon! The only way you'll take my armor is from my cold dead body!
I will take his armor from his cold dead body. Back to slaving away in the mines, let's talk gems. And individual set pieces in general. Since gem robes are technically an armor piece, we also need to collect every one of those, and that doesn't just go for them alone. I mean every single solo piece of armor, or just really what the official wiki considers armor, I'll be getting. Because suffering is content. There's actually a lot of really interesting one-offs in here, like the Jin's Curse, which I'd never heard of, or the Green Cap with their respective drop rates. Now 5 hours in, we're making a crumb of progress and finally hanging up another armor set. By this point, I'm getting pretty desperate to feel any semblance of progress, so I embark on a mission to get some wood. Now I'm talking more wood than any man has ever seen. Ginormous amounts of wood, different types of wood, more wood than your mother has seen. A quick trek around the world nets me a calm boreal wood from the snow, cactus set from the desert, palm wood set from the beach, and a corrupt ebonwood set. At this point, I'm feeling unstoppable. Maybe I can even make some actual progression on more difficult armor sets. That's when, all of a sudden, A truly, truly humble jungle slime is here to bring our ego crashing back down to earth, saying, "Hey Nick, I don't think you're ready for the jungle yet. Let's get you back into bed." While we, yes, did get rocked, we're now completely done with every wood armor set except for Crimson Wood armor. Alright, let's get it. Bar by hard mode. Well, I guess we could always get hashwood armor instead then. I'm not strong enough to survive the harsh conditions. After a minor incident, I drink a strange yellow liquid that calls my name. Drink me, and your dreams shall be realized. Side effects include memory loss. Huh. That's probably fine. With the mysterious yellow juice coursing through my veins, I can see ores through walls, collect a butt ton of ore, and feel heart palpitations. But again, I'm sure it's fine. I'm probably gonna say this over and over again, but just know that while this was seconds for you, it was hours for me. With the lead and silver set now completed, I say something you will never, ever hear me say again after this playthrough. Low-key, dare I say I want to keep fishing. I fucking love fishing in this game.
This would be a good time to stop talking.
Thank God I immediately got distracted from that idea. We take a break from... and try our luck in the desert for desert fossil armor and extractinator. For the first time, we don't get brutally railed, and make our way out unscathed with enough fossils for the armor, but no extractinator. While it may seem like I'm all over the place, doing multiple things at once instead of just mindlessly grinding out ores is actually rather beneficial for my sanity. But content is suffering? Back to mining. I've got to reach a new channel record of 407 views. We open up the rest of pre-hard mode and begin work on necro armor. Not a particularly difficult or rare set, but if you've played master mode before, you know that the dungeon is about as fun as pulling up to McDonald's at 4 in the morning, ready to get your delicious burger. Which, might I add, is at quite a low price. Only to see that the order code is expired because they've swapped over to breakfast, and now all you can do is get a stupid chud-ass McMuffin! They, honestly, honest to God, they should take the guy who made the 1.4.4 on Dungeon Update out back and just
give him a Merry Christmas.
Are we serious? We're dead ass right now. We're dead ass right now. We are fucking dead ass right now. I'm gonna lose my mind. I'm gonna lose my mind. The dungeon is so fun. It's so fucking fun. It's so much fun, in fact. Oh, it's so much fun! I just need a shadow key. I've gotten like 20 of them out of 5 gold chests in my past worlds. You're telling me you can't give me 1? Fucking swell, another Muramasa. Shadow key. No shadow key. No shadow key. No shadow key. I'm at my limit. I'm at my limit. Thank God, man. With necro armor nearing completion and all the dungeon resources pillaged, we stack up on buffs and kill 2 birds with 1 stone, mining our way to the underworld and collecting more ores in the process. While our measly showcase might not reflect our progress, we're building a house of cards that will eventually reach completion with tons of armor sets being completed near simultaneously. One more card to the stack is our Elevator reaching lava level, giving us access to Obsidian for the Obsidian Outlaw armor set, where we hit a quick... While it might seem like hell is pointless for us at this point with a measly gold pick, did you know that shadow chests can rarely have meteorite bars in them?
Let's go.
Okay, speed round. Empty bucket, tin, lead, silver, gold, necro, and meteorite armor without a meteorite ever touching our world. And also, I'm wearing molten armor, so cross that off too. Alright, so 8 hours in, we've finally completed every ore set of armor unique to our world, and our collection is coming along pretty smoothly. I slammed through the Eater of Worlds with my upgraded gear to finish off our almost done shadow armor, bringing our count to 39 out of however many left on the counter that Past Me doesn't know about. It's now, though, that I can't keep up the lies. While the recent progress has looked good, the actual time left to get the remaining ones is way, way longer than you think. I've been tackling all the easy sets and leaving out the most evil, sick and twisted pieces of armor. Gladiator, Mining, Snow, Ancient Cobalt, Ancient Shadow, and Rain Armor are the ridiculous 6 low drop chance armor sets that will plague the next 15 hours of my life. Duplicates on duplicates on duplicate pieces of armor. Oh, we're in for a ride. So immediately after that dramatic ass buildup, I kinda forgot to record and did a lot of work. I planted pumpkins for pumpkin armor, farmed during a rainstorm, and luckily got the raincoat, and killed snow zombies for their shirt and 2 pairs of pants. Don't worry, by the way, pink snow armor is a real armor set that counts on the wiki, so no, I'm not close to done the set. I also beat King Slime again for ninja armor, but since there's no footage, you'll just have to trust that I didn't cheat into Zenith to kill it. And lastly, and probably least importantly, Ashwood armor from Hell was a really quick and easy pickup. Back to actual footage reality, we quickly harvest our rewards. Y'all get that one? Y'all fuck with Shigechi? And craft pumpkin armor in the overdue Obsidian Outlaw set. Okay, it's time for the first really, really big one. In the jungle, Cobalt armor has a 0.33% drop chance from either hornets or man-eaters.
I'm Dominican. I'm Puerto Rican. I know black. Be looking just like me. Be having the same hair. I be touching it like, it's not the same. It's not the same.
This means that on average, we'll have to kill 300 of them. To put that in perspective, that's 6 banners. I don't really have any particular strategy in mind right now, just raw dogging it and hoping for a lucky drop. But soon, I'll build the machine. We actually have quite a few armor sets in the jungle to acquire, with the jungle set coming from materials I'll get in search of cobalt armor, and that bee armor. We've got 0 luck with any ancient cobalt pieces, but get enough materials for a full set of jungle armor and quickly take down QB for the bee set. So, plan of action. Go to the jungle, then I get that pile set up, then I fish. After I fish, then I'll have an extractor I can make the fossil armor. There we go, boom. For context, fishing as a means to acquire an extractinator, especially when you have low fishing power, is a terrible idea. Thankfully, again, I have the memory of a goldfish and immediately get sidetracked on trying to wrap up the snow armor, but get nothing. You know what? I'm done. I'm tired of sitting here farming for hours for these 0.0 quadrillion % drops. But I'm not giving up. It's time for the machine. Okay, so basically just a mob farm, but the last time I made one of these was in like 2018. Okay, I don't know when, but at some point we got an ancient iron helmet, which is a 1 in 100 from skeletons. Big. Are you fucking kidding me? It blocks my elevator? Why did I do that?
Why, great question, me! Why did I decide to build the farm within kissing distance from my elevator? Who knows?
With the farm almost ready, I'm prepared to farm for these ridiculously low drop chances, and that is a 1 in 200 drop. Okay. Now finally, after 2 hours of building, we're done, and just as I'm about to fire up the first farming session, ooh, goblins are invading! Whee! I love goblins! I love sitting AFK for 5 minutes! I promise this doesn't happen dozens of more times! So now, I know what you may be thinking. How is this underground cavern mob farm going to translate into snow armor? Well, actually, that's a good question. I forgot about that. They are only on the surface. To be honest, we low-key, high-key just moved on to mining armor. A low drop chance from undead miners underground, our first rare enemy. Dude, I've gotten 2 stakes. It's a 10% drop chance. This is 12. This is 5. I've gotten 2 of these 2 of these and 0 of these. Are you fucking kidding me? I wait all this time and he gives me the helmet, the one piece I can buy. Oh, finally. We got an actual piece of armor. Holy shit. It's so big. Here, I thought the mining set was done, which is technically correct. But did you know there's an alternate mining set that uses the ultra bright helmet? A combination of both the mining and night vision helmet? Meaning I need yet another mining shirt and pants?
Donald Trump, if you can hear us, please, Donald Trump, please save me.
Feeling accomplished from getting one of the problem armor sets, I make my way to the smallest marble biome mankind has ever seen and begin farming for the gladiator armor, a mere 4.76% drop chance. I use a sort of go in, see what's happening, and then minecart away strategy, which eventually nets me some leggings, but it's just way too slow. Checking the artificial biome wiki page shows me I can actually make my own marble biome, allowing me to kick back, relax, and let my 2 hours of farm building pay off in some sweet gladiator armor. Nothing. The breastplate, okay. Hoplite, to drop your helmet, please. Okay, fuck this. Not happening. It's about time anyway, but I head to the left side of my world to make the most controversial and worst decision of the entire playthrough. I'm here looking for the Shimmer biome, which doesn't just allow you to shimmer down pre-hardmode ores into their respective counterparts, but opens up the possibility of shimmering armor sets into counterparts. Really, the main two here are the Ancient Cobalt and Ancient Shadow set coming from regular Shadow and regular Jungle armor. Now hold on. Yes, I get this is kind of OP and a big reason why I decided to add progression stops for bosses beginning in hard mode. But, and I mean a big emphasis on the but, there are 2 armor sets we haven't gotten yet that I got so ridiculously unlucky on that cost me so many more hours than they needed to. Divine punishment shall befall those who attempt to cheat in arbitrary video game challenges. Genesis 8:3. Quickly figuring out that I can't shimmer my gladiator pants into the helmet or chest piece, it's super specific for some reason, I head back down to farm more hoplites and get another breastplate, and finally... Oh my god, finally, dude. What did I get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 extra pieces of armor before I get 1 helmet. Since we just completed the Marble Biomes armor set, I'm looking to complete the granite pieces of armor in both the night vision helmet, the ultra bright helmet, specifically for the second piece of mining armor, and then another ultra bright helmet on its own. Shimmering the marble into granite and then putting the required amount of blocks allows us to farm up these pieces quick and painless. You know what else makes things painless? Today's sponsor, absolutely nobody. I make these videos purely for the love of the game, so if you enjoy the videos I put out, a like or sub is always appreciated. Anyway, an unexpected help from killing golems over and over is actually an item from Stardew. Granite golems can rarely drop geodes, which, when thrown, give the player around 3 to 5 gems of any kind. This might not seem that insane until you remember that I have yet to get an extractinator, and this is technically my only source of amber. Back at base, it's goblins again! Whee! Listen, the thing is...
Say that again?
It's not even about killing them. That's easy enough. But... it's just the fact that every time it happens, in this long-ass playthrough, I sit still, slow beating for 5 minutes, every time! With the Shimmer now unlocked, we shimmer our higher tiers of ore down for their counterparts. Everything is smooth sailing, and we get all the ores we need. And now we can craft tungsten, armor, the full set. We can finish off the copper helmet. And we can make iron armor. As I mentioned earlier, we only need regular shadow armor and regular jungle armor to shimmer into the ancient sets, so we fight the Eater and collect up the necessary materials for the shadow set. Okay, and now we have the ancient shadow armor. Boom. There we go. Ancient cobalt armor is done. We'll get to individual set pieces like gem robes later, but our full armor set checklist has been cut down to the two mysterious big bads I'll mention later. Fossil armor, which we just need an extractinator for, some missing snow and rain pieces, and an extra set of molten just to display. We flatten a large area for snow armor farming and get to work doing the fun, awesome, enjoyable task of holding left click and running around next to a water candle. Come on, not even one piece? We get 3 snow coats back to back that, might I remind you, are not shimmerable. Shortly after the night ends, leaving me to sit alone, mining snow, wondering why I'm even playing this stupid shitty ass game.
Gonna cry?
Next on our list, we begin construction on a fishing lake for the inevitable reality that awaits us. The final, most sinister, time-consuming armor sets of pre-hard mode. Angler armor and platinum armor. The angler armor requires us to complete 20 fishing quests, which you might not think is that bad, but please keep in mind that I'm just a humble pre-hard mode fella who hasn't set up fishing spots around his world with absolutely fuck all in terms of fishing gear. It's going to be a grind. For example, our little forest pond at base takes an entire 10 real life, not in game, 10 real life minutes to fill up, and I have to do that for every biome, sometimes underground. Finally, we get a slight interruption of farming frozen zombies as it begins raining. Oh, wait, that's huge. Now I just need the legs. For those of you confused, yes, we just got exactly what we needed on the first zombie. That's the entire set. So, rain armor down, I guess? I really thought this one would be a lot harder. Keeping up with grinding out the remaining pieces of snow armor, I have a brilliant idea. I've spent hours grinding regularly and now only need 2 pieces. I should make another farm! So of course this somehow leads to me replicating our underground farm above ground for literally no reason. Of course, our building process was sponsored by you-know-who, but then mind you, this is the following morning, after beating the goblins, they decide they want to come back! Don't get upset. Once night falls, I finally get to see the farm in action, and it seems it might have actually been worth the hour or so it took. Not to mention, this is a really welcome break from active grinding, because I can just relax and go on my phone without worrying about anything. What the fuck? I was on TikTok, why am I getting jumped? Oh my god! One ass beating later, we get our second snow hat and can finally say goodbye to the snow armor, which really should have been so much easier. Okay, I can avoid it no longer, it's time to fish. Except we can, and get an entirely decorative extra set of molten armor. Okay, no more procrastinating, it's time to face my demons. Angler armor? Sure. It's not awesome. Filling up ponds for 10 minutes at a time, using terrible pre-hard mode fishing gear, and just fishing in general isn't the most fun, but given enough time, it's totally doable. What I am at the whim for, and have yet to get into because of just how vile and gross it is this dubious set of platinum armor. The only way I knew to get platinum ore in a world that doesn't have it is rarely from fishing crates. Now when I say rarely, I don't mean, oh, you'll just need around 10 crates or so. I mean that only from biome or golden crates can you have a 1 in 5 chance for the ore, or 26% chance for the bars, but it's pulled from a loot table with tungsten, gold, and silver alongside it. Now, I failed my AP Math class, so I couldn't tell you the exact odds, but just know it's in the multiple tens of hours to get all the platinum you need from crates with the poor gear I have. I love this game. I lost the 50-50, so I've got to do it. It's time to fish. I'm done! I can't take it anymore, man! I'm sick and tired of sitting here. Right click, right click. Oh my god, I'm losing my mind! I start looking into extractating and realize this whole time that for every 1,000 desert fossils, I will get, on average, 41 platinum ore, which is still around 7,000 desert fossils for the full set, but honestly, that's a bajillion times more interesting than...
Here I come, San Francisco!
And finally, after way too long, Platinum, Fossil, and Angler armor are complete. This also marks the completion of all of Pre-hardmode's full armor sets, leaving only a couple mismatched pieces or incomplete sets. I picked up the Amethyst, Topaz, and Sapphire robes at some point or another, and with the amount of extractinating I did, the remaining gems were a piece of cake, so we can quickly tick off the other robes as well. A few other one-piece slops I had lying around in chests were the sunglasses, night vision helmet, and the Flink's fur coat, bringing our total to this. Next on our list is the Viking helmet, a 1 in 50 drop from undead Vikings in the ice biome, which presented the perfect opportunity to fire up the machine once more. Did you know that artificial ice biomes require a ridiculous amount more than other biomes to exist? And I had to place all this ice down for it to even be considered one? Neither did I. Sooner or later though, we get the drop and can take down a ridiculous amount of ice blocks. A quick farming session at the ocean nets us a diving helmet, leaving only a couple pieces left before we're finally done pre-hard mode. The magic and wizard hat, the mystic robe, the gi, and the green cap are our last remaining armor pieces. The green cap is simple enough, as invalidating all our housing so the guide can only spawn here, and repeatedly heating him up until he explodes nets us the green cap in no time. An armor piece that only drops when the guide's name is Andrew. Getting the wizard's hat before being condemned to the eternal bed and checking the traveling merchant's shop routine wasn't that bad either, as the enemy that drops the wizard's hat, Tim, spawns pretty commonly if you have a big enough area underground. Now of course, as I just mentioned, the remaining items are all purchasable from the traveling merchant's shop, so I sat back and slept away the days. Oh, Blood Moon! Awesome. For those of you wondering why I'm so upset, Blood Moons are an uninterrupted, unsleepable full Terraria night of 9 minutes where you get to sit and wait for it to be over. I took a short break to set up an above ground mushroom island biome for hard mode, and a couple sleeps later, first traveling merchant in years. You better have something good for me. Please. He has nothing! Raleigh has arrived! Traveling merchant? Wait, chill on me. What does he have for me? Please, just at least one of them. Oh, nothing again? I'm not, Nothing 3 days in a row. I get fucking the pretty pink dress. I'll buy it. We've acquired the magic hat. Yes. Now I only need 3 more, or 2 more. Holy shit. You guys aren't gonna believe what I've got going on right now. He finally sells the mystic robe. We got that one done. Woo! It's big. Let's go. We got everything. I don't have to sleep in a bed for 20 fucking years anymore. Oh my god, it's actually massive. And just like that, finally, and oh god, it's felt like an eon at this point, finally we've gotten every armor piece in pre-hard mode. One Bridgeless Wall of Flesh fight later, you really don't need one if you're like that, we've opened up the hard mode floodgates, with 166 new pieces of armor available. For those of you thinking that's a little high, the answer to that question is I hate myself on a fundamental level.
We don't care.
Let me tell you something.
We don't care.
For example, armor sets like Cobalt, Hollowed, or Shroomite that have multiple different helmets, I consider different armor sets entirely, meaning that I need to get 3 or 4 in some cases, different full sets of armor per ore type. And might I remind you, there are 6 different hard mode ores, of which you only get 3 in your world. Hollowed and Ancient Hollowed are 8 sets together, and oh, it gets so much worse. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. I've gotten upset, raged, and screamed about a lot of different shit this playthrough, but nothing could compare to this.
Okay, please, just titanium. I don't care about anything else. Please, 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 titanium, titanium. Why, man? Why? You know how much fishing I'm gonna have to do? Why? Just why did they have to do this to me? I can hear the gunshots going off in my head. So I don't think I've explained this yet, but titanium armor is like the highest tier of hard mode ore. You can shimmer everything down from titanium. You can go titanium to adamantite, adamantite down to mithril or whatever it is, and then down from there. But what you can't do is you can't shimmer adamantite into titanium. So because I'm in an adamantite world, I have to fish for 3 different sets of titanium armor. 3 different sets of titanium armor.
And remember how I said the loot pool was so diverse for pre-hard mode crates? Shocker, they added more loot, meaning it's going to be even more time consuming to get the 177 titanium bars we need, which you can't forget are only in titanium and biome crates. To take my mind off the inevitable fact that I'm going to have to go through hell and back, I venture to a nearby spider nest to start grinding out for our first armor of hard mode, spider armor, requiring 36 spider fangs. The grind is relatively simple as I have an open enough area to farm in, and soon enough we have the first armor of hard mode crossed off. Unfortunately, the reprieve is pretty short-lived as the only armor available to me pre-mechanical bosses is a few outliers we'll get later and the hard mode or armor sets. So it's time to get to mining. And so, back at base, crafting it all up, after a couple hours of grinding out ores with my mining set, we've done all the ores in our world. Okay, and that's every ore set except the one that matters. Done. Now, in between the hours it took to acquire the hard mode ore sets, I additionally set up some farms for fishing potions and maxed out our fishing gear as much as possible at this stage. Hell, at some point I'm even sitting on a toilet while fishing for the extra 5 fishing power. Anything to make the titanium crates drop more often.
You got 17 bars.
12 bars is how much I got from 18 crates.
Oh.
So 12 bars or 18 crates means I have to get 177 titanium bars. So let's subtract 22 from that. So I need 155. 18 crates gives me 12. I need 12 times 18. I need 232 titanium crates if I get that luck consistently. That's fun. A little break from the madness, I pick up a very swift set of pearlwood armor, simply obtained from mining trees in the hollow. Alright, well, there's only one giant fish left to catch. I've maxed out my fishing power as much as possible. It's time for the grind. Oh my god. Oh, it feels so good. Finally. Oh, let's go make it. I'm so joyous. Boom. 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 Lay it on the rack. Boom. Wow, okay, I hope you guys enjoyed how short that was, because for me it was around 20 hours of torture. I'm not joking when I say I genuinely have recordings of me dead silent, just sitting, fishing in silence. But finally, titanium armor is finally done. Holy shit, man. Hell, yes, baby, we're finally free from jail. With a genuine demon behind us, let's look forward to the remaining sets for this progression stage. We have 3 sets left in Crystal Assassin armor, as simple as fighting Queen Slime, the Jin's Curse, a rare Corrupt Desert drop, and the 2 technically hard mode ore armor sets, Forbidden and Frost, but you can use Adamantite for those, so it'll be pretty chill. First and foremost, we set up some Corrupt Stone to spread the corruption in the underground desert, and head on over to our above ground snow farm that I certainly thought was going to be useless, coming in clutch with some frost cores. Boom. Boom. Forbidden armor is next on the chopping block. Plant my seeds. Oh, crimson armor. I forgot about that. In a corruption world, the alternate evil biome is only available at the start of hard mode, making the usually pre-hard mode crimson armor a hard mode pickup. So, one Sky Crimson construction later, we take on the Brain of Cthulhu to complete an overdue set of crimson armor. So, not gonna lie, I have no clue in these billions of hours of footage where I got the Jin's Curse from, but it's here, in my inventory, so I did get it. Trust me. Back on track, we start spam sleeping in a desert in hopes of a sandstorm for the 2 remaining forbidden fragments. The forbidden armor set, done. Now we're getting really close to closing out the pre-boss hard mode stage, with our final set being Crystal Assassin armor. I'm not joking when I say this,
6,
7% drop chance from the treasure bag per piece. On our first fight, we managed to get the helmet and pants, and second, the shirt. So getting this last set only took a matter of minutes. And for the final one of the pre-mech section, oh my god, this has taken an ungodly amount of time. Crystal Assassin armor is done. Now let's take a look at our little checklist here. We've got, wow, only 8 sets for this stage. This is going to be a cakewalk. Now I bet you're expecting some sort of twist or joke about how it's actually going to be really hard, but no, it's only 8 types of armor. It cannot be difficult. So what I utilize right there is an advanced technique called lying. You thought 8 sets of armor couldn't be hard? Fuck you, you're wrong. It's actually 17 sets of armor because of our stupid rule to get full sets for different helmets. Hollowed? That's got 4 different sets to its name, and have you heard of Ancient Hollowed? Also 4 sets. And I bet you didn't expect this because nobody expects this. It's a stupid event from an even stupid shittier game. I know all 3 Dungeon Defenders fans are pissed about that one. 4 Old Ones army sets that cost 180 tokens in total. No clue how much that is? I promise you it's a lot. Regardless, I've got my work cut out for me. But nothing can be as bad as what I just went through. I take down the trio of mechs for a bit of an equipment change, mainly Omega Shark, and a bit of progress towards the large amount of hollow bars we need. Not wanting to spend even more time AFK grinding for summon materials though, I decided to look towards tackling the Old One's army sets first. Let's talk business. Each victory over the Old One's army, and I mean beating all the waves, awards the player 15 medals, and I need 180. Of course, my first thought is, how can I cheese? No. How can I use technology to make this easier? And yep, I found out you can make a Hoik platform that you can't run through, and then any of the non-flying enemies can't pass through, which, spoiler alert, makes the event really easy. Now, remember when I used the Shimmer in pre-hard mode and got the beautiful karma of the grand titanium fishing session? Me neither. I'm sure there will be no repercussions for abusing Hoiks in the Old One's army down the line.
You fool! You hapless buffoon! You absolute dunce! What did I say about soft cheating in video game challenges?
After only a few run-throughs of the Old One's army just sitting there and holding mouse 1, I get ridiculously bored and call it quits for now. We got enough medals for Squire armor though, so we can tick that one off the list. 3 more Old Ones Army sets to go. I decided to use up some of my summon materials I've been stashing away, and for a little over an hour, I spam fight the twins, hop in the bed either for souls or to pass the time, and then repeat the process. Rinse and repeat after a few hours. Kapow. Wow. And boom. And that is every single piece of hollowed armor done. God, that took forever. Continuing to put off the fun, awesome, cool, lit, joyous, fun, happy, great, fun, really fun task of... I set my sights on the chlorophyte and turtle armor as they both require chlorophyte ore. Doing a bit of quick math shows that I'll need a whopping 810 chlorophyte ore, which thank God for the new loadouts because I'll be mowing down almost my entire jungle. One nice part about this is that because this challenge has taken me such an absurd amount of time, chlorophyte has had ample time to spread all throughout the jungle, leaving plentiful veins to mine. I don't get around to turtle armor because of the sheer amount required, but after a bit of... we're able to get all 3 sets of chlorophyte armor done. But it's finally time to put to bed our unfinished homework. Wow, would you look at that? All 4 sets, Squire's on the right, don't trip, of Old Ones Army sets for the mech stage done. That was very worth multiple hours of my life. There's only the one lone set of turtle armor left, so anticipating the next stage of progression, I decide building another mob farm that doubles as a Plantera arena would be a good kill 2 birds with 1 stone kind of thing. The farm is honestly pretty slow. Mostly because of the angry trappers that get stuck on the edge, but nonetheless, after completing the build, the final turtle shell is mine. So it's as simple as a bit more excavating for chlorophyte, and our turtle armor goes right here. There we go. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the next stage of progression, which is the Post-Plantera pre-Golem stage, and also the fastest stage yet. Throughout the playthrough, I've been tilling the land, if you will, planting seeds that will benefit us in the future, like this above-ground glowing mushroom biome I set up way back in pre-hard mode, farming our farms for hours on end, and letting that juicy chlorophyte spread. It's all going to culminate here. Let's go over the sets to acquire, all of which are fairly normal. Tiki, 3 sets of Shroomite, 2 sets of Spectre, and Spooky armor are actually the only sets of armor available to us at this stage. 1 Plantera kill later, we're ready to begin exploring our options. Tiki is like a penny to me from the Witch Doctor at this point, so we can very quickly go... That is another armor set crossed off our list.
Now let's address the elephant in the room.
I need 1,350 more chlorophyte ore for these armor sets. Nothing remotely interesting to really show or say here, because honestly, collecting glowing mushrooms for Shroomite is as simple as sleeping for our farm, and ectoplasm isn't very difficult to farm from the dungeon if your gear is good enough. I'm sure any mage player has gotten both Spectre head pieces before, so what's 1 more chest and leg piece to complete the 2 sets? Even more mushroom gathering later, it's time to Chlora fight my demons. But anyway, we round up the rest of the chlorophyte we'll need for the Spectre armor sets. Spectre mask, Spectre hood, boom, 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 and that is Spectre armor done. We set up a house for the Truffle NPC to purchase the auto hammer to, well, make the Shroomite bars in the first place. We gather a bit more ectoplasm to summon up the Pumpkin Moon for Spooky armor. We need 750 spooky wood from the Morning Woods, and we easily smash that goal, collecting over 1,000 in a single event. This allows us to cross off the spooky set within a matter of not even half an hour. Boom, spooky armor done. Of course, now we're left with the big two. Chlorophyte, farm mushrooms. Chlorophyte, farm mushrooms. You get the picture. I'll save you the boring footage of me complaining how much of each material we need, but eventually we finish off every single set of shroomite armor, simultaneously completing the Post-Plantera section. Our last stage of progression was like a breath of fresh air. A relaxing chair in the morning sun with birds chirping around us, like waves crashing on the beach. The post-golem stage is like watching your loved ones be repeatedly put into an Itachi Genjutsu. The post-golem stage gives us access to 2 sets of beetle armor, as well as 4 new specific post-golem Old Ones army sets. So, only 6 sets total. There's genuinely no mix-up this time. How could it be that bad? Dispatching Golem and getting beetle armor is ridiculously trivial. I had turtle shells from when I farmed back for turtle armor, and what's a little bit more chlorophyte. This literally took all of 10 minutes. But oh dear fuck, the Old Ones army is out to get us. 150 tokens per armor set, with 4 sets leaves 600 tokens total needed, which, sure, no problem. They buffed the token drop rate, so in expert mode, you'll get around 130 to 150 medals per successful completion of the event. That's not the issue. I don't know about any of you guys, but I've never fought the tier 3 Old Ones army at the intended progression point. I've always just wiped through it with a Zenith or Moonlord weapons. At least on Master Mode, this shit is hard, man! I am losing with beetle armor, a Terrablade, and good-ass accessories. I had to make a change. I looked around online and everyone was glazing the North Pole, so I started farming Frost Moons. That's how down bad I was. No matter how many Frost Moons I did though, I just couldn't get a North Pole. So I said fuck it. I got a Blizzard Staff and a Razor Pine. Surely those will be good into the event, and spent hours swapping my entire setup to Mage. And you know what happened? It was worse! Mind you, I'm still using the Hoik tactic for all ground units. Betsy is just too good at putting belt to ass. I was at my breaking point. Not having fun at all. That is the sound of a defeated ass man. Nothing had got me this upset. Making shitty, slow hours of progress fishing, sure, it sucks, but you know you're moving forward. Spending hours mining chlorophyte or just holding mouse 1 to beat the other Old Ones army? Boring, but you're making progress. I felt stuck. That was until I found a glorious YouTube video by Saul fucking Goodman. Here is what his scripture says. First order of business, place down a truckload of ice to begin farming for a frost key, for the staff of the Frost Hydra Sentry. Farm. An hour later, we get it. Next on the chopping block, redo our arena. We're placing actuated blocks this time around our crystal to block mobs out, and the most painful purchase of all, spending 60 hard-earned defender medals on the Lightning Aura Staff. This better be worth it. I farm for a Paladin's Shield, I set up fishing buff spots, I even farmed for that stupid ass North Pole I couldn't get. Until, to top it off, I grabbed an Influx Waiver because that's what Saul Goodman's using. The stage is set, let's do this. The first couple waves are always a cakewalk, but they allow me to build up Etherean mana, putting down permanent lightning fields that, oh my god, are broken. They just eviscerate everything that comes through them, and by the time wave 7 rolls around, I've got a wall set up protecting my crystal on both sides. But then, Betsy spawns. I'm slinging my North Pole around like it owes me money and get inches away at 77% on the final wave. Honestly, I think this time it was just genuinely a skill issue, and I know that Saul Goodman would not lead me astray. Please, please just die. For once. Let me get the dub. Oh my god. Finally. Now, an important footnote of Big Saul's plan was to use the Shinobi Infiltrator set to further abuse the Lightning Sentry. And with that set both crossed off and equipped, things get a little bit easier. By the time Wave 7 hits, I've got a genuine barricade of lightning fields protecting my crystal, like it's a goddamn tower defense game. Yeah, buddy. That shit's lightweight! Finally, our hours of preparation are paying off. Valhalla next. Boom, boom, boom. And that is the Valhalla Knight armor set from the Old One's army, done in about 5 minutes after we got everything set up. Oh, it was so worth it. Yes, you heard that correctly. With an actual Old One's army setup and the tier 3 armor to boot, the last couple Old One's army attempts take a mere 5 minutes to complete. Boom, son. Every single Old One's army set completed. There we go. We finally don't have to deal with that anymore. And so, as I'm sure you've predicted, the final 4 armor sets available post-Golem, and actually post-Moonlord, are the Solar, Vortex, Nebula, and Stardust, respectively. They're the typical endgame sets, and as I'm sure you're aware, pretty much require you to just beat the game a couple times to complete. So, let's have one last montage. Boom, boom, boom. That's done. Vortex. Done. Nebula. Done. And the final one, the Stardust armor. Done. We finally finished every single armor set. There they all are. Every single armor set that's currently in Terraria. Holy shit.
Did you forget about me? I've been hiding it all along after all. Do you not see what I have on?
No. No! Okay, so it's a day later from when I finished the challenge, and I was counting how many armor pieces there were total. I forgot about Ancient Necro Helmet. The one thing that I forgot was the Ancient Helmet. Oh my god. Challenge failed, I guess.
Oh, I found him. Nick Lifts. There he is. Fuck you, pussy.